really high.
From the lectern, but we're gonna, instead of turning on and off, we're just gonna laugh. So you can stand there, but you're still gonna use it.
Great. I will do announcements using the invocation.
Okay.
Anna's lab at the lectern for mission statement. Then I come down to meet you at the bottom.
I have all four lines. Yeah.
So we shouldn't be like making my comments or,
You know, no puffing, choking, wagging.
Him starts in an unusual kind of way, starts as kind of a dialogue, and then I try and like, this sounds good. I'm not going to invite people to stand, they may on their own, but because I'm talking, people will start with them. So I invite people to stand. Maybe follow John. Well, I'm gonna
I gave you a head nod, but
they're going to be kind of talking the words, and I'm going to say, oh, this sounds like him in 1,000 Credits. Let's all please join
and I will
singing
be
1,000 Credits.
currently playing a rhythm, so I'll make it super clear when it's
Follow these guys. I'm gonna ask, because it's gonna be, are you gonna start from the beginning of the hymn, or are you gonna join in from the part that they're having since they're speaking?
So everyone's kind of choosing a line. Are you going to invite? Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's perfect. Got it.
it's sort of a chaos.
I hadn't looked at the song, so now that I see it,
Yeah,
it
we
makes
can
more
think of it as
sense.
sort of a chaos start, sort of like how the universe starts in chaos. Yeah, it's all metaphor.
Oh, I like it.
Where we go?
I like it.
Perfect. It's good to be at Holst. They're great.
You're like type A organized.
I do not like chaos at all.
Especially unplanned. It's even worse.
Exactly.
After the first hymn, we're going into a part. We're gonna plan.
This is a dot.
Oh, okay. So that is the chalice. It's not two separate parts.
It's all that way.
Part two.
So I start part two with we're gonna travel. Let's start. So I'll do a little intro to it and invite people to say we're gonna start a linear chalice.
Oh, so it's just gonna be you?
For
Or we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 pulpit?
Yeah.
So we'll just do 1, 2, 3 pulpit for both of those. Yeah, who invites Dear Weaver?
I think it's me, actually.
It's not underneath the chalice anymore. Some response, Dear Weaver.
The chalice lighting is going to roll into
Dear Weaver.
into script.
we're telling a story. So
Which part? The hymn? We'll announce it.
lighting the chalice and then once upon a time, the creator's going to say something, we're going back and forth, creating.
There's quite a bit of story.
It goes away. And then, human beings, that's us. I'm not sure how we're going to fit in there.
And then I announce.
Right.
No, how we're gonna fit in there before we do, yeah, so between lighting of the chalice and hymn 22, there's a bunch of
There's a whole nother like part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when we get to the hymn, is it the normal thing?
Yeah, we're beginning. What's the cue?
There will be an introduction.
I will say, before we hear the story of how human beings were the creator's world, sing hymn number 1, 2, 3,
All three. And what are we doing for mine? So we're doing piano. All the same that we've been. Okay. Good. I feel like I'm at part 3.
Part three.
Okay.
Three, and then we have the invitation to the offering, which you two are doing together.
So just so you know, there'll be a bunch of like times where I tell you to say, so tell me.
Okay.
And have people yell things at us.
Okay.
So don't be surprised.
Yell. These people are people from the congregation.
Yes, congregants will.
If you want people to hear,
I will repeat it.
yeah, because at home,
Yep.
they need to.
Yep, I'm on it. Things to be afraid of, rivers and mountains. So rivers, mountains, smells, tastes.
If people don't say things you want to say to them,
Propped up.
Okay.
So yes, then we do the offertory, the response. Back to the story. can sniffle.
I can. Can't confirm that. I thought you meant like on. I do believe that it is unmuted. That's a very hard to listen to.
Jen is invisible right now. Welcome to South Church. My name is Anna Howard, and I'm a member of Team of Worship Associates who have the honor and pleasure of collaborating with our settled minister, Reverend Ellen, and our Director of Lifespan Ministries, Kirsten Hunter, who are both away this week. And we have the rest of our amazing staff helping us.
That was totally planned, by the way. Totally planned.
We continue to thrive as a community due to the commitment and efforts of all of us, some of whom you see and many others behind the scenes. We gather this morning, some of us here in the sanctuary and some of us virtually, and it is good to be together. As we live our collective values, let us begin by acknowledging the land upon which the sanctuary was built, which was once the territory of the Wabanaki and Pennacook nations, and is with so many Native people in this country. They did not cede this land, and are people for whom true justice and self-determination remain elusive. May we allow this truth to live in fresh ways in our hearts, lead us to ask fresh questions about what is going on, and imagine how to take fresh action on our collective UU values toward restorative justice and renewal. Today is a special multi-generational Earth Day service. So all the children are invited to stay up here with our guest minister, Reverend Lara Campbell. Reverend Lara Campbell is a fifth-generation Unitarian, raised as a Unitarian Universalist in northern Minnesota. She was the called minister at First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church of Kennebunk, Maine for 9 years. Lara serves our larger association now by being a responder for the UU Trauma Response Ministry and by leading secondary and elementary level our whole lives trainings. Prior to becoming a minister, she served as a director of religious education and a youth advisor. Lara lives in Kennebunk, Maine with her spouse Jay and rescue dog Maddie J. Beagle. Now for some announcements.
Good morning. Several announcements today. First, our high school youth are working really hard to fundraise for their trip to New Mexico. That will happen in June. So I know you keep hearing about senior youth that are holding all these different sales, and that's because we have 20 youth going this year on our trip, which is amazing. But it also means they need to raise a lot of funds. So you'll be hearing about so many opportunities. One coming up next weekend is a prepared meals sale. They're making like broccoli cheddar soup and some kind of beautiful salad and zucchini breads. And you can pre-order for those to come pick them up and pay for them next weekend if you'd like. If you'd like to pre-order, you can see Emily Briggs, who is sitting over there with her hand up. You can see her downstairs if you'd like to pre-order for that. Also, Senior Youth is collecting books for a used book sale. There are bins in the narthex if you'd like to donate any books. They will collect through May, and then the sale will be on Sunday, June 2nd during social hour. And let's see. Oh, and separately from Senior Youth, the South Church Book Group is going to have a discussion on Zoom related to human trafficking in the context of Barbara Kingsolver's book, Demon Copperhead, this Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can email them for the link, which is in your order of service, as well as a lot of other announcements. So please do check out all of those announcements in your order of service.
delight in the mystery. Sunrise and love, 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 everlasting. Sunrise, love for the world to see. Sunrise in outer space, love for every face. Sunrise in outer space, love for every face. Sunrise in outer space, love for everybody.
Please rise to recite this mission statement. At South Church, we nurture spiritual growth through worship, learning, and community. We celebrate the worth and dignity of all people, and we inspire one another to act on our faith in the larger community.
For as long as we've been on our planet Earth, human beings have asked important questions. Some of them are easy to answer, like why do birds fly south in the winter? Because it's too far to walk, of course. Other questions aren't at all easy to answer. The world's religions have tried to answer those questions, each in its own way, usually by telling stories to explain where we come from, who we are, and where we're going. We're about to tell you one of those stories.
Where do we come from? What are we, and where are we going?
Mystery. Mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery.
No, but really, where do we come from, and what are we, and where are we going?
Mystery. Mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery.
This sounds a lot like hymn number 1003 in the Teal Hymnal. Let's join in singing and choose your favorite line to sing.
So we are about to travel to the workshop of the Creator and hear the story of how we came to be. how we humans got the ability to make choices and accept the consequences of those choices. You should know that in this service, you will be asked not just to watch and listen, but also to contribute your thoughts and feelings to our stories. Please be ready to jump in and share and to immerse yourself in this whole worship experience. Let us open the door to our story by lighting our chalice.
With the kindling of this flame, we honor the mysteries and riddles that prompt us to ask questions. We give thanks for this community in which we can seek their answers, and we open our hearts and minds to our great and many freedoms. Once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a creator who had a hobby of making planets. The creator took pride in making each one different. One day, he looked at a gap in the solar system and pondered it.
I think I'll make a planet to go over there. Let me think. How'll I make this one?
He sat and looked out into the vast reaches of swirling matter and thought long and hard about creating another new planet. He had a very large workshop in which he had rows of shelves with little jars and baskets and boxes of things. To begin, he took a large glass jar down from the shelf and started adding ingredients to his planet. A pinch of this, a pinch of that. He poured in lots of liquid from the jar marked oceans and seas. From the jar marked clear lakes, he slowly poured in more liquid. And he topped it off with a drop from a jar labeled waterfalls.
So as my bio said, I'm from Minnesota, which means I was raised on Lake Superior. So what I want to ask you is, what are some of your favorite lakes and rivers and seas out there? Tell me what you got. Gulf of Maine, Lake Tahoe, Taunton River up there in the balcony, the Red Sea. What else we got? Stonehouse Pond, Saco River, Winnipesaukee, Champlain, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Atlantic Ocean, thank you, in the back. Allagash River, nice. Right, what you got in the blue shirt? Pacific Ocean, awesome. And there's many, many more that could be added to our sea because we've got so many different ideas here.
The creator smiled and then added mountains and forests and jungles to his new planet. And he gave it a stir.
All right, so my next question is, what are the mountains and the forests that you are so grateful for to have on this planet? I liked, Wes, your big sigh. Mount Washington. Bond Cliff.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Agamenticus. I think I got that right. Cabas. Camel Top, thank you. All the way in the back. That's okay. We got two at the same time. With the glasses, go. Mandoc? Monadnock, thank you. The sound, I'm losing it here. You're gonna have to really project for me. Mount Lou? Blue. See, the easy ones I can't get. Okay, could not understand any. Acadia National Park, awesome.
Mount Ararat.
Mount Ararat, Cathy. Mount Batty. The Andes Mountain, awesome. I think we've got, again, so much that we are grateful for.
Next, the creator added a dash of furry and feathered animals.
Ooh, a porcupine to snuggle. All right, I'm gonna hand it to you, Wes, and then you can snuggle it and hand it off. Puppy dog?
Yeah, we got a puppy. Oh, look at this.
Oh, I have to say,
Little bear.
I have a little chipmunk,
to
which is
snuggle
the
and pass
nemesis of
around.
my beagle. This is my beagle's nemesis right here, the chipmunks.
This dog looks like a walrus. Yeah.
Oh, and we can't forget a cat and a moose.
Ooh.
Cat and a moose. Wes, what do you want? The cat or the moose? All right, the kitty cat's going back to Mark.
And a turtle.
The moose, well, the moose is
A
from
little
Maine.
squirrel. Whee!
All right, you can keep snuggling those during our service, and I'm going to, we'll put a basket at the back. Wes, would you mind running that basket back for me?
And I'm collecting?
No, you just put them at the back, and people can, at the end of the service, yeah, just put the basket at the back. We'll collect them at the end. Oh my goodness, I got so excited about all the animals. I could hardly stand it.
Next, the creator decided to shake in a sample from among his containers labeled human beings.
What? Human beings? That's us. I'm really not sure how we're all gonna fit in there. But before we continue with our story of how the human beings get into this whole mixture, let's sing hymn number 22 in the gray hymnal, Dear Weavers of Our Lives' Design, 22 in the gray hymnal.
Dear weaver of our lives' design, whose path must use. Show us the patterns we may use to set our spirits free.
As we were saying, he then decided to shake in a sample from among his containers labeled human beings. He combined people of all sizes and shapes and ages, with many colors of skin and hair, many different kinds of noses, and many different interests and skills. All of it was so beautiful because each one was different. Over all the people, he sprinkled some powder called change so that people would change interests and skills. And he sprinkled responsibility so that people would care for the earth and each other.
This will make my new planet interesting. I'm glad I thought of doing this.
He looked in the section of his closet called Emotions and Senses, and he wondered whether he should add a little or a lot. So he started with love. And then he closed his eyes, and he added bits of sadness, and courage, loneliness, happiness, memory, and hope. And then he added smell. And touch. And taste. And sight. And hearing. There was so much beauty for this human beings to see and hear and touch, but the smells and tastes were extra special, and the people loved some of the tastes and smells more than others.
So here we go. What are your favorite smells and tastes? Cookies baking, both, you get the smell and the taste. Pine. Betty? You say pine? Second that. Others? Seashore. Lilacs. Bread baking. So stole it. She stole it. Babies? Yeah. Babies.
Fresh children.
Coffee.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Fresh cut grass, unless you have allergies. Cinnamon. Rain. Mint.
Hair in the springtime.
Hair in the...
Air.
Oh, air. I was like, I mean, I am fresh. I did wash my hair, but... Maple syrup. All the way up in the balcony. Vegetables roasting in olive oil. Oh, that one, everyone else's taste buds start to go a little bit. Nice. Awesome.
The Creator was almost done. Almost.
So one of the greatest gifts of being human is that we are invited into co-creators as we nurture the earth and its many gifts. So we are invited to care for the mountains and the rivers and the fields, and are trusted to care for our creatures of fur, feather, and fin that inhabit this earth. We are called to care for each other as human beings. And one way that we continually weave a new creation as life continues to unfold around us is to create and sustain institutions that serve us. We build schools for people to learn, hospitals for where people can go for healing, and churches and temples and mosques to remember what's important in life. Our giving of resources to this congregation is one way, just one of the many ways that we act as stewards to the institution and as co-creators of this community. As we gather this morning's offering, I invite you to think back about those things that brought you that sweet taste and smell, and think of the money that you give to this congregation like you would think of your favorite piece of chocolate or candy.
The offering will now be gratefully received.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
There was one more ingredient the Creator wanted to add. He moved jars around, searching for one special jar he remembered that he had, but had never used it before. He carefully lifted a little jar labeled Freedom. This time he had to read the label because he didn't remember exactly what was in the jar.
This compound contains choice, to choose one thing instead of another. Use cautiously because the choices made will have consequences. This will make it especially interesting.
And indeed it does.
Yeah, it sure does.
I wonder what freedom will do for these new beings.
He held the open jar in his hands, slowly turning it as he looked down into it. A soft chuckle rumbled out of his mouth and into the jar.
Hee hee.
A tear trickled down his cheek and into the jar also. He leaned over and blew in his warm breath, then poured the freedom into the mix. He screwed on the cover, put the jar away, and gave it one last big stir. His new planet was ready to be sent into the star-speckled darkness. And his new planet landed just where he intended.
Slowly.
It landed about 93 million miles from his favorite sun. The Creator watched his planet settle into its new home and waited to see what would happen. As we watch this new planet spin in place, let us remain seated while we sing together hymn number 163 in the gray hymnal, For the Earth Forever Turning.
Out of the universe. Back in. So as we move from our story into a guided meditation, you're invited to wonder a little bit about why the Creator cried a tear into the earth when he added freedom. You're invited or welcome to follow your own practice of meditation or prayer. Some find it helpful to ground their feet open their chest and their arms up and welcome the energy and the spirit that... I just lost Mike. There it goes. So I want to start with a few moments in the quiet of this place. Just breathing in and out. Remembering the beauty of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. I will now speak the words of our guided meditation. Our freedom to choose one thing or another with consequences can feel juicy and ripe with possibility. Think of a time when you felt excited about all of the wonderful outcomes that could blossom from that freedom. Allow yourself to remember what it felt like to make a decision with certainty, with confidence. Feel in your heart that sense of happiness and the promise of the growing a bud into a beautiful flower that came just from your choosing to do something. Remember your wisdom, your power. Sometimes our freedom to make a choice feels frightening as we don't trust ourselves or we are stuck in a situation with no good outcome. Think of a tune when freedom felt frightening to you, as if the consequences weren't welcome and you wanted someone else to make a decision for you. Remember in your time of frightening freedom, the people who helped you to feel strong and safe, even if it was yourself. Remember those who helped you make that decision, who supported you. And hold in gratitude all of the people who loved you, even if your freedom let you choose something that had painful consequences. Look back with your older, wiser eye and understand how freedom has been a teacher. Part of your becoming was guided by having freedom, whether your decisions had happy consequences or whether freedom has gotten you into trouble. Open that heart to understanding that freedom has helped you to grow and to learn. Finally, consider where in your life today you see the people you love struggling with decisions, with their freedom. Notice who may be frightened by their freedom. In these last moments of meditation, create an intention to help someone find the gift, that juiciness and promise in their freedom. Create an intention to show someone close to you that no one needs to confront freedom alone, that each of us can be a comfort and a voice of wisdom. And when you are ready, feel your breath moving in your body. Feel the pew or chair, the floor, the earth holding you. Feel the warmth of the people in this space and the community that is filling this room. Open your eyes and be intentional about looking around and remembering what a gift we are to each other. Know that this community will help you celebrate your many freedoms. Know that when freedom seems frightening, this community will journey with you towards the unknown. Stretch and move your body, fully re-entering this space. May it be so. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit, and joining us in singing hymn number 301 in the gray hymnal, 301, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky.
Shores while spirits fly o'er the ocean, over the land. Our faith a quest to understand. Touch the earth, reach the sky. Children ask the reasons why. In our lives the answer show, and by our love they learn and grow. Touch the earth, reach the sky. All are born and all shall die. Life's the time left in between, to follow a star, to build a dream. Touch the earth, reach the sky. Hug the laughter, feel the cry. May we see where we can give, for this is what it means to live. Touch the earth, reach the sky. Soar with courage touch the earth to reach the sky.
We're about to extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
So as we re-enter the world that we call home, may our eyes be open to the beauty around us and the beauty inside of each person. May we remember the gift of freedom in all of its frightening and juicy privilege. And may we use our freedom to make bold, confident choices to deepen love and justice in our world.
How are you?
It's so funny sitting over there and you're behind the... I wasn't even sure it was you.
I'm very short-waisted, so I kind of disappear beyond the stand. That was fun, huh?
Oh, what a service. I've been whining about how the services have been running long. This one ran short. It's so powerful. It's like 5 up. Yeah, exactly. And so complete, so powerful, so well put together. Yeah.
Well, it was all scripted.
Yes, I read that it was a service that has been created, and I hope it will be recreated every year. It's a really beautiful service.
It would be fun to do.
Yeah. Reverend Ellen told me that. She said, "You're in for a treat."
Yes, lots of fun.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you.
Great to see you.
Go enjoy the sunshine.
Indeed. On my high holiday.
Your high
This
holiday?
my highest
Oh.